This Google Pixel 4a has a totally destroyed screen. I mean, it has a hole in it. But don't worry, I'm here to fix it. You see, this phone isn't officially sold in my country, so this is my first Pixel repair of any kind. I am so excited to show you step by step how to replace the screen and even divulge a closer look into the insides of this amazing phone. Stick around until the end to see the complete process, it's gonna be awesome. Did you guys ever drop your phone and it felt like your soul was shattered along with the screen? I definitely had that feeling. Tell your story in the comments below. Share your pain. Let's take a closer look at the screen. It's pretty busted. There's a hole in the bottom right corner and the display is completely shot. But the phone itself isn't too bad, there's just a bit of wear and scratches. There's even some dirt trap around the frame, which is definitely a good reason to open it up more than necessary for a screen replacement. So let's get to work. The first thing I always do is to apply heat around the edges of the display to soften the adhesive so I can remove it. Using a suction cup and a plastic pick to slice the adhesive, I make my way around the frame until it loosens up. You can see that the phone has a mid-frame that covers its internals, and over the screen connector is a piece of tape. Pretty interesting. Removing that reveals a metal bracket with two Torx screws holding the display connector in place. Once I remove the screws and bracket, I can safely disconnect the display cable. Going around the phone, I start unscrewing the rest of the screws that keep them mid-frame in place. There are 8 screws in total here and they're all the same. Going with a plastic tool between the frame and mid-frame, you should hear when the mid-frame separates. Not a lot of force required here. Opening it up, we have our first look at the phone's internals. It's actually really fascinating to see how it looks, quite different from most Android phones. But does it look as good as an iPhone? I'll let you decide. Speaking of iPhones, this Pixel uses different size screws just like Apple, so be careful and keep track of them if you need to get this deep into the repair. By the way, if you're liking the video so far, would you consider subscribing? It would seriously mean the world to me, and you'll get all the latest updates on my restorations and repairs. Now, let's take a look at how the motherboard looks under the bracket and give it a good clean. This phone is not dust or water resistant by design, so stuff probably got inside. Removing the screws, disconnecting the back and removing the bracket, this is how the motherboard looks. Not gonna lie, it looks even better this way. So now it's time to use an anti-static brush and a microfiber towel with some isopropyl alcohol on it to clean it while also going around the edges because most of the grime got stuck there. I continue with cleaning the back of the phone and prepare for reassembly. I am also using an air can to blow away any fibers from the towel and dust, as well as using a Q-tip with alcohol to clean the camera lens. And now for the moment of truth, the reassembly. I begin with connecting the flash and the fingerprint sensor cables, the battery, and place the bracket over the motherboard and screwing it down. Now I put the two pieces back together, reconnect the screen, and give it a test to make sure it turns on and works. Luck is on our side and everything works fine, so it's time to prepare for the final assembly. Going around the frame, I start removing the old adhesive as best as possible. This is to make sure that the screen sits perfectly in the frame once I apply the new adhesive. You can see the earpiece holes are absolutely filled with dirt, so I cleaned those as well. Now I screw everything down and use a Q-tip with isopropyl alcohol to degrease the area and remove anything left behind. Reconnecting the screen cable and screwing down the bracket, I turn on the phone to make sure the screen still works. And start cleaning the earpiece grill, which is also dirty. I mean, if we're gonna repair this phone, we might as well make it look the best as possible, right? Now it's time to go all out with the adhesive. I start applying liquid adhesive around the frame and a bit in the middle as well because the sides are thin and it might not hold well enough. After that, I press the screen down on all sides and use some rubber bands and clamps to hold it in place until the glue cures. After the adhesive is cured, I am able to take off the bands and clamps and peel off the protective film. Hope you enjoyed that. Now it's time to clean up any excess glue that spilled out using a gentle plastic tool to avoid any scratches. We definitely don't want that, do we? That's when I quickly grab some isopropyl alcohol and a towel to give the exterior a nice final clean. And that's it. The screen has been successfully replaced and it works like a charm. Now this Pixel 4a can serve again as a working device. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you had a great time watching the video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future uploads. That's it from me. This is the Restore Geek saying goodbye. for now. Take care and stay awesome.